So after 3 days of driving, we're about 10 miles away from our destination in Moab, Utah. So we made it. So when we roll in here, the first thing we're gonna do is head straight into the KOA and set up our base camp for the next 4 days. So here we go. Alright guys, we made it, we're here, we're all unhooked, and we're getting pretty good at that. You know, I think it only takes us about 15 minutes start to finish from the time we park till, you know, it's all unhooked and we got our chairs set up. And right now Dawn's just putting some finishing touches on it, putting up some decorations and stuff like that. So, you know, we're pretty much good to go. Now this campground's awesome. In a second, I'll turn the camera around and show you some of these views we see, these red rocks. I mean, it's just incredible. You know, we're about 4 miles away from, you know, Moab, like downtown area, so it's a really good location. So, you know, it's in a good spot. These are the views we get to enjoy from the campground. And I mean, I said it before, but I think Dawn really, you know, she got a knack for finding good campgrounds. I don't know if it's just the research she does and reading reviews and stuff or whatever, but you know, she's never picked a bad one yet. And, you know, we drove through Moab today just to check it out. We got some food for, you know, cooking up tonight. We're gonna do our famous hobo pockets and just take it easy, relaxing after driving. You know, kind of tired, worn out, so we just need an evening to, you know, unwind for a little bit. Tomorrow we're gonna get started doing the parks. But yeah, while we were in town, you know, I saw some of the other campground options that, you know, are in town and available, and you know, they look fine. I mean, I'm sure they're good, but you know, the amenities they have here and the views. I mean, I'm sure we got the best one, so I'm glad she found it. Like, we wouldn't know what we're missing otherwise, but you know, we'd be missing out for sure. Well, we only entered one new state today, but let's go ahead and put this sticker on there. Alright, so Dawn prepped our hobo pockets up earlier tonight, but one thing about this KOA is that you don't get a fire pit, you have to rent one, and it's $25 for the whole visit, which isn't bad, but we're like, why pay for something we have, you know, other means? So there's a charcoal grill here, so we said, screw it, we'll just get some charcoal, heat it up, and just cook the hobo pockets over top of the charcoal, and this should work, in theory. You know, we'll find out when we get the final product, but yeah, this is supposed to work, but we'll see. Alright, so we went ahead and adjusted our technique a little bit here. So part of what makes hobo pockets so great is they get some areas get a little charred. You know, you get that burnt taste, give us that taste. You know, we wanted to make sure we don't miss that. So we went ahead and raised the grate and put them right on the charcoal. So hopefully this helps recreate some of that direct fire, you know, that we're used to getting from the campfire. Morning, guys. That's pretty cool. I didn't think something like that would grow in the desert. It's about 7:30 now, all showered and ready to go. We're gonna have some steak and eggs for breakfast, but we're anxious to go hit the park, so we're gonna save it. Maybe have it for dinner, or maybe do it tomorrow, but yeah, we're ready to get moving. All right, guys, we left the campground, we're moving out, and you know, sort of like how this whole trip is not like totally planned out and we're just kind of winging it, you know, other than, you know, we want to go to these 5 parks, you know, in Utah, the Mighty 5. You know, even down to the details of what park we're doing, what day, and what hikes or what we're seeing, you know, none of that's planned out. So we're just sort of, you know, winging it. But today we decided we're going to go to Arches first, which is right in Moab. You know, there's 2 parks near Moab, Arches and Canyonlands. Canyonlands is about 20 miles away, and Arches is right outside of town. So we're going to go check that out. You know, first stop at the visitor center, get some information, and, you know, see what we want to do today. But before that, I'm going to stop and gas up and grab myself a coffee, and then go hit that visitor center. There's the visitor center down there, really not that far, maybe even a quarter mile if anything. And guys, I'm already blown away. This is gonna be a really good park, I can just tell already. famous balanced rock. It's amazing. Check this shit out. These things are massive. Alright, here we're about to go see these windows. Specifically, we are here. We're gonna head around and see the turret, arch, and then that south window, and the north. Alright, this here I'm walking to is called the Turret Arch. I don't know exactly why it's called that, but it's pretty cool. It's almost like a double arch. There's a bigger one and a little one next to it. See? Awesome. Yeah, these things are really cool. Check it out. So the trail is a loop trail, so right after you see the turret arch, continuing along there are the windows, the north and south. So we'll walk over there right now and get a closer look. Alright, now that was a good hike, and things got a little interesting there for a minute. You know, on the other side of, you know, one of those arches, I'm not sure, or windows, I'm not sure if it was the south or the north, I won't say south. You know, there was that sign that says you can branch here for the primitive trail, and we took that, thinking, you know, it'd just be a little bit of a loop around, you know, no big deal, but it actually turned out to be quite a bit longer than what we were thinking. And at some point the trail was not marked very well, so we were not sure if we were going the right way, but fortunately eventually we ran across some people, told us we were on the right track, and you know, we made it back to the parking lot. So all in all, really good hike. All right, so that was a cool hike to the windows and the turret arch. You know, Dawn's sticking back for this one. I'm walking to the double arches right now. You know, she's cooling down in the Jeep. I'm gonna go check this out real quick. It's only a half mile of the double arch. Alright, so the double arch is impressive, especially when you get right up underneath of it. I mean, the thing's massive, and you can tell, but when you're underneath it, like, you can really tell. So only a half-mile walk, pretty quick, pretty easy, and definitely worth doing. If you're already stopping for the windows, why not take a few minutes and go check it out? Definitely worth the hike. So we're down here parked at the parking lot for the Delicate Arch viewpoints. Delicate Arch is the most famous arch of them all. It's pretty much Utah's unofficial symbol. You know, it's like an icon. But you know, there's a hike that takes you right to the arch. It's about a 3-mile hike. It's supposed to be pretty difficult. We're gonna save that. I'm gonna try that later this week, probably. But right now we're just gonna walk to some viewpoints so we can get a look at it. Yeah, since it's day one, we're not trying to get all up in it, but I do want to see it. So here we go. There up in the distance, up on top, is the Delicate Arch. So this is the view from the lower viewpoint. There's an upper viewpoint. It's about a half-mile trail. It says it's rocky uphill. You know, I don't know. We're gonna check it out, see how rocky it is and how uphill it is, and we may do it, and maybe not, since we're planning on walking down there later. It's kind of hot, you know, so the heat's really what's going to determine, you know, if we go up there or not. But we'll scope it out and see if we can do it. Hey guys, all right, so I'm having a blast so far today. You know, we're taking a little break here. Dawn's fixing us a sandwich, so we're at the Salt Valley Overlook. That's what this is, so I figured I'd walk over here and check it out. Yeah, like I said, we're having a great time. You know, whenever we visit new parks we've never been to, I always try to do my research so I have an idea of, you know, what to expect, what kind of park it is, what there's to do and all that. And, you know, inevitably, you know, I form a mental image, and you know, what I end up seeing doesn't really match that image. This is not what I expected at all. And maybe part of it's that there's more driving than I'd expected. You know, I knew you could hike to these arches and see all the formations and stuff, but you know, it's just as much a scenic drive as it is about the hiking and the trails, and that's something I didn't expect. And it really is a great drive. You know, it's the kind of thing where every time you turn a corner, and there's several, you turn around, it's like, oh, it's something like brand new that you didn't expect, and you never could have thought you'd see anything like that in your lifetime. So really very impressive. But yeah, I'm getting kind of hungry, so I'm gonna chill here for a second longer, taking this view, and then go have a sandwich. So the area I'm in now is called the Fiery Furnace, and you do need a permit to hike down in there. And you know, I've never hiked anywhere with a permit. That's kind of a little more advanced than my type of hiking, but there's a viewpoint down here, so I'm gonna walk down here and see what I can see. Alright guys, the next hike we're doing is a 0.4 mile round trip quickie. Gonna go see the Skyline Arch. Mid-afternoon now, and we're about to roll up out of the park. Call it a day for now, at least as far as the park goes. You know, some of the information that Dawn picked up when we got there, she was looking at it, and it mentions that there's a drive, you know, out of Moab that takes you some petroglyphs, and there's another drive that follows the Colorado River, I guess, you know, on some BLM land. So we're gonna go do those now and see what that's all about. And I think after that, you know, maybe I'll go check out this t-shirt shop in Moab I saw earlier, caught my eye. Yeah, I think I might go look at that, but first the drive. I really wasn't sure what I was looking for, but once I could spot them, it's pretty obvious. You know, they're quite a bit of them on this rock here. They just keep going everywhere you look. Once you know where to look, you know, you can just spot them. And it's crazy to think that these are, you know, prehistoric. Yeah, never seen anything like this at all. Really cool. That's probably my favorite one right there. I'll highlight it in the video. There's like a sheep. You can see the horns. Really cool. And not only the petroglyphs, but this section of the road is, you know, it's like a recreation area, and there's some camping areas. But I guess the big thing here is climbing. Let me give you some sense of scale of this huge rock wall, and it just goes. So evidently, this climbing is permitted here, and some people like to do. So, yeah, it's a good stop. I'm glad we came out here. Hey guys, we're back here at the campground now. The wind picked up a little bit, and the chairs and the rug started to blow a little bit, so we went ahead and took the awning down. Since it's gravel, you know, it's hard to put a stake down into it. There's not a real way to secure the awning, so we went ahead and put that up just to avoid any kind of catastrophe there. But you know, it's sprinkling a little bit, a few drops here and there. We're gonna take a shot or go get in the pool, try to rinse off and cool down a little bit. Got pretty sweaty today, so that'll feel nice. But it's supposed to rain for most of tomorrow, so that might put a damper on things. We're still gonna try to get out there and at least drive through Canyonlands and maybe not do as much, you know, hiking or whatever as we like. But you know, we're not gonna let it stop us unless it's like some serious kind of thunderstorm stuff. But anyways, we'll take it as it comes. Right now, time for the pool. All right guys, it's another chill night at the campsite, and Dawn and I are just hanging out. You know, we went to the pool, came back, put the food on the grill, and we're just sitting there waiting for it to cook now. And we're just gonna relax, you know, drink a couple beers, maybe have a couple shots, who knows. But we tried to play Yahtzee, but the wind picked up a little bit, and that wasn't, you know, working in our favor. The score cards are blowing around, so we bagged that idea pretty quickly. So we're just gonna sit here and enjoy this scenery, you know, enjoy being here in Moab. And tomorrow the rain cooperates, you know, hopefully we'll go see Canyonlands and Dead Horse Point. You know, that's the idea. Dead Horse Point State Park, that's the idea, that's the plan, but all weather permitting. But But right now, we're just gonna sit here and enjoy the evening, wait for the steaks to cook, drink the beer, and relax. All right, Dawn outdid herself tonight. We got a feast here. We got these veggies that are grilled up perfectly. We got some filet mignon to enjoy. And we just got these cheese stuffed hatch green chows. It's gonna be delicious. All right, so we're back here in the Scamp now, and it was a good dinner, delicious. You know, it was one of the best Dawn's ever fixed us, I gotta say. We're starting to settle into routine here where we come back, you know, do our stuff, and then I read and Dawn does her thing, and then we go to sleep a little bit thereafter. And you know, we wake up pretty early, surprisingly. You know, I would have thought I'd be laying here sleeping until 8 or 9, 10, whatever, but no, right around 7 o'clock when day breaks, we get up and start our day. So, yeah, I think the routine is starting to develop. But, yeah, I'm well into this book I'm reading. I'm anxious to get after it, so I'm going to go read it, go to sleep, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. Later.